You only have a chance to find anything useful in relations to your search by abandoning the quest. I can hear you say, "Make me happy, then I will feel happy." While I insist to tell you, feel happy, then you will be happy. Give up on the idea that there are superior forces outside those make the decisions. Remember, you are Bandleader. You have the power to decide over your tuning. Thanks for tuning in. Under any conditioning, there are no real rules about life. It's more about pushing the limits. What are those limits, you might ask? Limits are defined by paying attention to what is. The actual surrounding circumstances are perceived and declared as the status quo. These circumstances are obvious. For most fellow humans, they are the cornerstone of their judgment about reality. Reality is mostly analyzed using our senses. Taste, touch, the smell, ears or eyes give us something for our minds to perceive. As we interpret those senses, we accept the results as truth. This truth can be deceiving. For example, if someone is being defeated on the floor, not able to stand up anymore because of weakness, this someone might give up and just accept the situation. Sometimes we accept being defeated. That is something that adults are inclined to do when they encounter themselves in this type of circumstances. They then convert those beliefs into the action-oriented cause of their behavior. You believe it, then so it is. As a baby, you do not know how to walk. You might not remember it, but eventually you start walking. Not because others show you, but it is coming from the urge for expansion that lifts you from the ground to take action and walk. Expansion and action is our nature. You can only not do anything when you made the decision that you are defeated, unable to change the circumstances. Exploring our surroundings is our birthright, and at a very early age, it expresses our desire to explore, which then is manifesting as a human condition throughout life. It is our nature that we would like to know, so we expand and explore. Then there is this question of the search for meaning, sense, and first in the list, the search for happiness. If that question consists throughout a very long period in your life, you might have discovered that at times you thought you knew. That then felt like a catch of fresh air, a short breath that infused you to have further questions. And it is almost never the case that we reach the promised goal of eternal happiness or the one fulfilling purpose we are so desperately searching for. It sounds like a joke, but here comes the truth. You only have a chance to find anything useful in relations to your search by abandoning the quest. It seems like the easiest way to abandon the quest would be the dreamland of ignorance. This turns out to be the wrong choice, as I will further explore. Ignorance is a choice most people prefer in view of the myriad of problems they perceive in relation to the illusion of the need to survive. If you talk to them to relax about it, They might use the opportunity to get really angry about you. How dare you ask them to be happy with all the obvious problems they face on a daily basis? That's when they use the occasion to teach you all about these obstacles. They tell you true stories about those mean humans, those make their life miserable. Then about the lack of justice in general, the war, the hunger, the torture, and finally, the imminent destruction of the whole planet. Your expected response should be not some sad feelings expressed, some more details confirming everything the other person just explained. That would be the perfect moment to express some of your own misfortunes to the story, for the delight of the other to hear about your bad luck and the injustice that is the fundamental basis of your sad little life. Usually, the result of this conversation then is some kind of excitement, a relief and companionship perceived by the participants. But if you dig a little deeper, there is this underlying uncomfortable feeling that is quite different from bliss. Remember how it feels when you do something you love? The exchange about bad things happening to you is different. It's more like picking at some herpes at your lips and then enjoying the pain it releases in your body. Do you really think this is a good habit? Let us talk about the best tool for reaching long-lasting happiness. Our feelings are perfect. They are a perfect indicator for the right action. When it feels good, good it is. When it feels bad, bad for happiness it is. Yes, I can almost hear the outcry of disagreement from most of my brothers and sisters. How dare you ignore the hardship and its highly valued suffering pursued by our heroes of the human race? Christian Church is happy to remind you of the Via Crucis. Reach happiness through suffering. They promote it will clean the soul. We humans love to brag about our painful work, the sacrifices we embrace to reach our most valued desires. We love the argument some make immediately that those bad results in your life, that being unlucky all the time, is probably the natural response to your unwillingness to embrace some proper suffering. We love to join groups where suffering actions are the main tool to advance and serve as the only way to strive for a happy, fulfilling life. Every springtime, there's a rush. People decide to stay away from their favorite food. All this forced self-discipline just to achieve the perfect body image imposed by the commercial industry. By these kind of behaviors, we overlook the most obvious existence of some tiny reasons for happiness. The reason to be grateful and to appreciate what is. It seems far more juicy to stick our attention to the big problems in our life, when it would be so easy to reach the path to happiness if we would just admit that there are reasons to be happy. If we reach for these tiny bits of happiness in our life, it's like watering the garden of bliss. If you only keep watering these little seeds, they will eventually grow and take over the whole garden. Then the bad weeds lose territory and will make no difference in the eternal happiness and natural expression of yourself as a happy creature in wandering the world, the earth, this beautiful planet. Now might be the moment you just reach a point where you would like to stop listening and just decide that this path is not yours and probably just another unreachable goal presented to you by one of these smooth talkers selling you instant happiness on a stick. But wait, there is some science behind these thoughts. Between your actual situation and a life of bliss and happiness, there is a huge gap present. This gap from being where you are and reaching where you want to be creates a dissonance in you. I would like to explain this uncomfortable, dissonant feeling with musical terms to make way for a better understanding. While you might reject this theory of reaching happiness by being happy, I can hear you say, "Make me happy, then I will feel happy." While I insist to tell you, "Feel happy, then you will be happy." So what we have here are two notes, two sounds, let's say. Their expressions are completely different. One feels dark, cold, sad. The other light, warm and happy. If you make both of them vibrate at the same time, they most probably will create a dissonant sound. When you start with the sad note, you have a very, very strong sounding unhappy frequency going. If you only look at the sad note, this sound might be so strong that you hardly hear anything related to the beautiful light buzzing sound of happiness. So the strong vibration dominates the weaker frequency. That's when you just give up on the good feeling note and the weak vibration fades away, unable to make any impression against the strong one. Let's give you an example. Imagine the extreme situation of an earthquake taking over. In a perfect landscape that joyfully exists in balance, smoothly responding to a gentle breeze of beauty and bliss. When the earthquake strikes, there is no way it can maintain its vibration against the brutal movements of the underlying structures. Those break open with the volcano releasing its superior force onto the immediate environment. The far stronger earthquake dominates the situation with brute force. This is a very exaggerated, strong example of one vibration dominating the other. Looking at your not so earth-shattering personal situation, this example might sound as a huge stretch. But let me remind you, the purpose of this example is to make up your mind for a law of nature, which applies to you the same way as gravity does. Observe your reaction to the strong feeling of unhappiness, or to the option of recognizing small pieces of happiness in your life situation. The strong vibe takes the lead in your song. It dominates your perception of reality. It takes over the whole band and makes your heavy metal tune the only acceptable answer to your miserable circumstances and perceived injustices. But you forgot a little detail when choosing the tune. You forgot your power as the conductor that you are. Give up on the idea that there are superior forces outside those make the decisions. Remember, you are Bandleader. You have the power to decide over your tuning. If you only just try, this choice might be the way out of this never-ending sad song you decided to take for real, dominating your life experience. We are not alone in this world. Most of us reached life with and through the power of love. It's through the other that we experience happiness and love. This essay is reaching out to you with the same loving care that would be your natural response when you see the other human soul in distress. Please reach for the comfortable path. Look out for the good feeling. Base your choices on the positive response you can feel inside of your body and soul. Recognize and appreciate the smallest sign of happiness in your story and make it the main character of the story you tell others about yourself. Look out for the things you appreciate in the other person. Observe others, looking for positive behaviors as a sign for confirmation why you like them so much. Choose the path of least resistance. It is most probably the right direction for more happiness in your life. Be vigilant of uncomfortable feelings. Those are the indicators for the wrong direction, the direction where only more bad feelings await you. It is your choice. Start reaching out for this little good feeling. It is definitely the most precious plant in your garden of eternal bliss. There it is. It just found you. It is like this, all around you. It is like bliss. Yes, you can feel it.